Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Simple Logic Podcast, man. Yo, whenever I take a week off, it feels like I haven't done this podcast in a fucking eternity. It's weird. I took 1 week off, but it feels like I haven't done this in so long. I don't know. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. We have something to talk about today. Something kind of serious. So today we are talking Meg Thee Stallion and bitch ass Tory Lanez. Guys, this whole situation is just fucked up. It is extremely fucked up. For those of you who do not know, one night I was actually watching while this was happening too. One night, this very random group of people, it was like Kylie Jenner, Tory Lanez, and Meg Thee Stallion. They were all hanging out at like this pool, and I guess they were all just chilling together, right? So apparently a confrontation happened later with Tory and Megan, and then apparently they got into it. And to make a long story short, Megan walked out of the car and Tory Lanez shot her in the foot. Let me start off by saying this. I owe an apology to Megan Thee Stallion. I really do, because I didn't take it seriously. I mean, and just like everybody else, I was hee hee ha ha ho ho laughing about the fucking memes or whatever. I posted one on my story, and for that, I apologize. Because at the end of the day, man, we failed to realize that these celebrities, they're still people. Like, they have traumatic experiences. They go through similar things that we go through. And I don't know, I guess the internet has made us so desensitized. It's fucking ridiculous. So for that, Megan, I know you're never going to hear this, never going to watch this, but regardless, for that, I'm truly sorry. But let's get into this whole issue. I wanted to talk about this because people, especially black men, it's black men more than anything. And I really don't understand this. Black men more than anything, they are calling Megan Thee Stallion a snitch for it's basically saying that Tory Lanez shot her. What? They're calling her a snitch. And granted, these are some of the same black people, some of the same black men that are screaming, Black Lives Matter, we need to protect our black kings and blah, 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 fuck police brutality and all that shit. I guess all that bullshit just gets thrown out the window when there's a black woman involved, huh? Just fuck her, huh? Bro, you guys got me really fucked up. I really don't understand. Matter of fact, let's talk about snitching, shall we? Snitching comes from individuals who are related in criminal activity. Organized criminal activity. So, for example, Tekashi 6ix9ine, people are rightfully so calling him a snitch because he is. Not only was this man faking the funk, he was basically he was the Milli Vanilli in the group of what were they called, the Treyway Bloods. He really wasn't a fucking blood. Like, he just wanted the persona. He wanted to troll. He just wanted all this attention. And you know what? He got into a lot of criminal activity. He was on the phone calling, making hits on people, saying, I just put this on him. He gonna die this time. And then when it came down to the shit, he snitched on every single body. He snitched on everyone. You were involved in criminal activity. You chose this lifestyle. So, yes, the fact that you snitched on all of your homies or whatever, your accomplices, so that you can get an easier deal and so that you could get out of jail sooner. That is what you call a snitch. Rightfully so, 6ix9ine is a snitch. As far as I know, I do not know her personally, but I know that this young woman is so unproblematic. I've never heard any like Megan Thee Stallion controversy. Like, she seems so chill. All she does is make music and shake her ass. Let that stallion shake. Also, I never really understood that, because a stallion is a male horse, but it's so befitting of her. Like, that is a thick woman. Damn, boy, she thick. That is a thick woman. Ah, man, that is a fitting name right there. But I'm getting off topic. But yes, I I really don't understand this entire situation because, like I was saying, as far as I'm concerned, I know that Megan Thee Stallion isn't like involved in that street shit, right? So why are people referring to her or just calling her a snitch? This doesn't make any sense to me. So let me let me get this straight. A black man shot her in the foot. She was scared. There was a lot going on in that night. And you know what? I really feel for this woman because of the way that she told the story was ridiculous. So, whether they had a falling out or an argument or whatever, that does not mean that anybody, it's not okay for anybody to shoot you. It's just not. That's fucking unnecessary gun violence. It's not okay. So let me get this. She put out the person that shot her, so she's a snitch. I wanted her to do this a long time ago, but the fact that she said, confirmed that this, yes, the person that shot me was Tory Lanez, that makes her a snitch. Bro, she was fucking shot. She is not involved in no street shit. Now this Tory Lanez, nigga from Canada. No, they are not. Neither of them are involved in any street shit. How did she snitch on him? Please help me understand. This is not snitching. This woman was in a traumatic experience. She went on Instagram Live like 4 or 5 days ago to confirm that yes, Tory Lanez most definitely did shoot her in the foot. And then she said the most crazy thing to me. So even though that she was shot in the foot and then the police got involved and then there was helicopters and all this other shit, she managed to keep her calm. She didn't want to cooperate with the police and saying who shot her because she said, okay, we're all black. I'm black, he's black, they're black. He has a gun. There's a possibility of this man could get killed. Our friends could get killed. Even though he shot me, I don't want him to die. So I'm just going to do my best to get out of this car and defuse this situation. So while she was shot, Megan Thee Stallion managed to keep this clear-cut conscious to say, you know what? I don't want anything happening to any of us, no matter what just happened to me. I don't want this situation to escalate any further. So I'm just not going to say anything right now, and I'm just going to let it be. Bro, she was shot. She's better than me. Because if somebody shot me, if somebody grazed me at my elbow, I'd be, oh, he did it. It was him. His name was Jamal. He was about 5'10", dark skin, A positive blood type. I don't even know if that's a real blood type, but that's his blood type. He wore about a size 12 and a half. He walked with a limp. He had a gold tooth. And I heard his mama just got off on parole. Yeah, that's him. Like, I would tell. I'd be Bernie Mac. You remember Bernie Mac? What was that? I think that was Def Comedy Jam when he did that whole spiel. He was like, I don't understand why you young bucks don't want to, necessarily tell. They call it snitching. And then they'll say they punk. I ain't no punk. Man, I'd be a telling fool. Oh, he did it. Especially if it happened to me. Bro, yes. And, oh my gosh, I don't understand. And she kept it quiet for all this time. I was wondering why Megan Thee Stallion kept this whole situation under wraps. But, apparently, it was because Tory Lanez, like his PR team, was basically like putting lies out there saying, oh yeah, Megan and Tory, they had a thing going on and Megan was upset because Kylie Jenner was in the picture and Tory was giving her all this attention, blah, blah, blah. Megan said none of that shit was true. All of that was because of his PR team. And all of that shit was completely made up. Are you fucking kidding me? So let me get this straight. You guys expect for her to just sit there and take it. You expect for her to just sit there and take it and say, nope, I'm not snitching even though he shot me. I'm not going to snitch. Guys, you're fucking stupid. Honestly, 6ix9ine is a snitch. He really is. But even in his situation, I would have done the same shit. I'm sorry. You want me to keep my ass in jail to save some niggas that I don't even like? Bro, get the fuck out of here. And this whole this is the street code and blah blah blah. Bro, fuck that. Street code these nuts, nigga. Street code nothing. We are not in the streets. This is not the streets. Meg Thee Stallion is not a part of the streets. I know damn sure Tory Lane ain't no part of no fucking streets. His short ass. That nigga shorter than me, I think. And he's scrawny. That's probably why he shot her. He was mad that she was so tall. Let me tell you guys something. Short people most definitely have a complex. Am I one of those? No, but I can tell you right now, I met people who were shorter than me or was about like the same height, and some of them do have a complex. Like they put on this goddamn facade. Like it's like they constantly have to prove themselves. I'm not saying that this is a factor, but hey, who knows? It very well could be. But yeah, a lot of short people feel like that for some reason. I really don't know why, because honestly, we can't do anything a tall person can do besides maybe get stuff off the top shelves. That is a bitch. Do you know how annoying it is to go to fucking Walmart? I am 26 years old. I'm a grown man. I got to step on one of the shelves and do one of the jump maneuvers. Yes, I'm short. But you know what? I like who I am. I'm proud of who I am. But man, he probably saw that tall woman and was like, oh, I wish I had that height. God damn it. I wish people would stop making fun of me, my hairline, my height. I'm sick of it. I'm going to shoot her in the goddamn foot. That's probably what was going through his mind. But guys, seriously, I don't understand why we aren't protecting this black woman. Megan did absolutely nothing wrong. I don't understand. She did the right thing. Like I said, I wanted her to do this a long time ago. But why aren't we backing her up? Why are we backing up this fucking nigga who shot her? And matter of fact, let's talk about this. Apparently, Tory Lanez has a history of domestic abuse. You probably never heard about it just because it was like they were like smaller names. But apparently he has a history of domestic abuse. So who are you really going to believe? And I just don't understand how there are people who are continuing to support this man. Like, if you go on his Instagram right now, there are people saying, man, we still with you, Tory. When a new album coming out? When you gonna drop this, that, blah, blah, blah. No, fuck that shit. I ain't supporting nothing. Anything with Tory Lanez on it, I'm good. And matter of fact, he fucked up his own life. Because nobody should work with him, honestly. Protect our black women. Keep that same Black Lives Matter bullshit energy towards our black women. Why do they not matter? Everything counts except them. But when they're in the picture, you're just like, nope. She's a snitch. Fuck her. Guys, I'm never really gonna understand. Like, just stop being fucking hypocrites. I don't get it. And stop supporting Tory Lanez. How can you support these people? Yo, did you guys know there are people out here still supporting R. Kelly? There was a march in Chicago. Granted, it was a small march. It was about, I counted the women that was there. It was nothing but women, but it was about like 10 or 15 women there marching with signs saying "Free R. Kelly." Why? Don't free this nigga. He's a fucking monster. Look, I say this about anybody. He got away with it the first time. He most definitely did. But I'm gonna say this. If there are several people, who come to the light and said, yeah, he did this, he did that, yep, just like with the Bill Cosby situation, there was more than 10 people to say, yeah, Bill did this, yep, he did that to you too, yep, he slipped it in my drink, like, same thing. So many people came out with these accusations about R. Kelly. So you're telling me everybody who came out, 10 plus women, wrong, liars. No, keep R. Kelly locked up. And matter of fact, Tory Lanez needs to be locked up. Fuck that nigga. I'm not with him anymore. It's just so frustrating, man. Like, what kind of shit is that? And what kind of man are you? What kind of man are you, bro? Like, how does that make you feel? You feel good about yourself? Shooting a female in the foot. That's a female. Like, y'all see Friday? You know, that's how Craig said it. Debo, what you doing? That's a female. But seriously, I don't I don't understand. Like, what the fuck is the issue, man? What is the issue? Let's talk about this. Let's go on Twitter, shall we? Okay. So, an ex-NFL player on Twitter named Larry Johnson, also another piece of shit, he tweeted, "Ladies, if you date a man who coined the term demon time and you get shot by him during demon hours, be accountable for your stupidity." Bro, what? First of all, this is fucking stupid on more levels than one. Let me tell you why this is stupid. Larry Johnson also has a record of domestic abuse. He's beat a couple of women, apparently. I looked it up. So here's the funny part. This man just after that, he decided to tweet and saying, "Oh, look, here they go. They bringing up your past mistakes and this and that, blah blah blah. Nobody will ever let you get ahead in life." No, we're not going to let you get ahead in life because you aren't protecting this black woman and you're protecting this nigga. That doesn't make any sense. After you've beat women yourself, you would think a person would come to the aid of a woman. I mean, the person would come to the aid of the woman and say, "Man, that's not right. That's just absolutely wrong. I used to be like this. I did this with I had this going on with a domestic situation and I shouldn't have, and I regret it, and I'm sorry." But no, he doubled down on it, saying it's your fault. It's your fault. And that's another thing, man. Can we stop telling women, not even just black women at this point, but women in general, that everything is their fault? It's not the case. Oh, you got raped because you don't have any clothes on, or because you're wearing skimpy clothing. That's why you got raped, because you're dressed like a whore. That's why. It's not anybody else's fault. If you're dressed like that, any man is gonna act like that. You're asking to get raped. That way of thinking really grinds my gears, man. Yes, I said grinds my gears. It pisses me the fuck off. Are you kidding me? We need to stop telling women that it's their fault. Females, women, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Men are trash. I'm sorry. I'm a man and I can say it. Men are absolute trash. And yeah, I'm sorry. On behalf of the male species, I truly apologize, because this is 1,000% unacceptable. And I don't understand any of this. So fuck Larry Johnson. Fuck him. He shouldn't have said shit. That's another thing that I don't understand about people. When there's a situation going on, it's okay not to say anything, especially if you had similar experiences and you don't want to say the wrong thing. Just shut the fuck up. But Lil Boosie Badass himself, he did not even speak on the Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion situation. Now, is that because that he doesn't know about it per se, or is that he's on the side of Tory or on the side of Meg? I don't know, but he said, "You know what? I don't want to speak about it because I don't want to say the wrong thing." It's that simple, and no one's going to say anything to you. No one's going to say anything. I would rather you say that than defend this nigga. Don't defend the abuser. I would rather you just say nothing. So, Boosie, for that, my brother, I applaud you. This is fucking ridiculous, guys. I really can't believe that I even had to make this episode. I don't understand. And I'm gonna probably make this episode a little shorter than usual, because I had that on my mind and I just had to get it off, man. This is ridiculous. And I want Tory to say something so bad. When is he gonna say something? Because apparently he's just been so quiet. And why? Why isn't he in jail? I want him to be locked up. Why? Why isn't he in jail? But at the very least, you should publicly apologize to this woman. The fact that you haven't yet, yeah, some real bitch shit, dude. Now, was there alcohol involved? I need to know more. I want to know what you have to say, because there's no excuse for this shit. None whatsoever. But yeah, guys, if you support me at all, just do me a favor and do not support Tory Lanez. I've had it. Like, that shit weak as fuck, bro. How you just gonna shoot a female? Like, even if you just had an altercation or an argument, I don't care if she was hitting you. That gives you the right to shoot her? Nah, fuck that. Stop listening to him. Do not support him. Fuck that nigga. I can't believe this. And again, I just find it amazing that Megan was able to keep her level of thinking like that while she was traumatized because she just got shot. She was still able to say, I don't want anything to happen to us. With everything that's happening in the country right now, I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die. I don't want anything happening to us. I don't want any of us to die. So I'm just not gonna say anything. So I mean, Megan, I appreciate that. But guys, stop calling her a snitch. I don't get that. She's not a part of the streets. There is no fucking street code. She's not a snitch. She did the right thing by saying who shot her. She said, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. And I'm so glad that she did. People, like, more women need to stick, like, when something happens, I want you to say something. Stick up for yourself, most definitely. Megan, I understand why it took you a while to, and I appreciate you. But yes, most definitely, stick up for yourself. But like I said, guys, this episode is going to be fairly short. I just had a lot of things on my mind. I didn't even write down any topics to talk about or anything like that. I do have a question to answer, though. Somebody just recently asked me what was the hardest part about doing a podcast. And I have a lot of things to say about that. So they gave me the idea to basically do an episode just about how to start a podcast, how to make a podcast, et cetera, et cetera. And to answer that one question, the hardest thing about doing a podcast is probably the fact that I'm doing it by myself. Now, I know this may look easy, but it's not. Guys, you have to have what I like to call a personality. You got to have a big personality too with that, and you have to be okay with talking to yourself. Do you know how stupid I fucking felt at first by just looking at nothing? At first, I wasn't even looking at a camera. This was just me doing audio, just talking to myself. I feel more comfortable in front of a camera because I feel like I'm talking to people, because I also use this as my webcam. So I feel like I'm live and I'm talking to you guys, but that's not the case. Yeah, it's hard for me to do this by myself, but I also felt like I didn't have a choice. Let me explain. When it comes to depending on people, I hate it, because no one is going to take your craft as seriously as you do. Now, am I a huge podcaster? No, of course not. I'm still small. My numbers are constantly growing, but it's hard because, once again, I can't depend on anybody. If nobody is on the same page as you, it's really hard. They're not going to take this seriously. They're not going to want to do this as much as you, and they're just going to blow it off. Sometimes it's hard for me to even get guests on this podcast because, once again, they don't take your craft as seriously as you do. So they'll tell you that they're down for a conversation and they're down to give you an hour of their time, but at the last minute they say, "Oh, my tummy hurts. Oh no, I have to go there. I have to go this place. Oh no, I forgot." Like, bro, you forgot. You told me that you were gonna do this. So that's probably the hardest part about making a podcast or doing a podcast is just the fact that I'm doing it by myself. Now, with all honesty, I prefer to do it by myself. Not gonna lie to you. I had a podcast in college with my homie Keith. He was on the show once. I need to have him on here again. But that was cool. Keith and I, we have great chemistry because we constantly talk to each other on a daily, and we constantly throw insults. Conversations never get boring. That was cool. If there is anybody that I would do a podcast with, it would be him. But with this whole Corona situation, I would constantly have to drive back and forth to Richmond. We don't have one central place to record. Bro, it's a hassle. So I was like, you know what? Fucking, I'm just going to do it by myself. Because, I have the personality for it. And I don't mind talking to myself like a fucking idiot. I really don't mind. So yes, if you want to start a podcast, just take those things into account. Do I want to do this by myself? Can I do this by myself? Who has the same mindset as me if I need a partner? Who can I do this with? Do I want to share the money with them? That's another thing. I'm not sharing my bag with anybody unless I have another podcast outside of this. I'm not sharing shit. You got me all the way fucked up. That's another reason why I'm doing everything alone. Now, granted, of course, I love having my guests on, and I eventually want to get to a point where I can start paying my guests to be on my podcast. Like, I would absolutely love that. I want to be my own boss, and I want to hire people that I'm interested in to talk to. I want to hire you, and I just want to talk to you for about a good hour or two, and then that'd be it. So yes, guys, just be on the lookout for next week's episode of me talking about how to make a podcast, why I made one, and why I like to do it, what I hate about it, all that shit. But if you stayed here for this long, I don't think it has been this long. It's about what? It's been about like 27, 28 minutes. This was a fairly short episode. I just wanted to keep it that way because I had so much on my mind about this whole Megan Tory situation, man. I just wanted to let it all out, But thank you guys for listening, and be prepared for next week's episode. But without further ado, it's your boy WattsTV, man, and I'm out. Peace.